Excuse me?
Don't talk, please. I'm entering your details into our system. We don't want to lose you now, do we?
Look, can I get a lawyer or something? Or at least a phone call?
You may receive incoming calls only. It will happen whenever someone on Earth attempts to contact you. However, I would not put much faith into that if I were you.
Why?
Because you'll be too busy screaming to talk to anyone. Silly.
Oh. Goody.
Here is your number. We will call you to be processed in the next few centuries' time. In the meantime, please feel free to relax at our bar before eternity of torture.
You're all right there, sir. Can I get you anything? I have to say, I make a wonderful Amityville playhouse.
Quit it, Kyle! Quit it, Kyle! Quit it!
Nah, thanks. I'll just get a spirit or something.
Maybe this is more your style.
Top this up a bit.
Fine then. Have the old thing.
Hello and welcome to Oh the Horror. I'm Fedora and this is a whole new level of fucked I find myself in right now. And what a shame it falls on my 100th episode. Quite the Killjoy, if you will. Yes, the time has finally come for what is looking like my final review. Time to close the book on the Killjoy franchise with the much anticipated 2016 entry, Killjoy's Psycho Circus.
So this movie starts, oddly enough, in a space battle between the Killjoy clowns and what looks like the demonic toys. And just as I'm getting used to the erection that awesome sentence gave me, the scene is interrupted.
Hold on, Fish Breath.
I'm having a moment here, Betty. What the fuck?
Thought it's a beginning, Maggot Head.
Does he need to start from the very beginning, Batty? Because the last thing I need right now is for Killjoy to sound like a transgendered Steve Urkel.
We get a recap of the events of Killjoy 3 Dream Warriors and Killjoy 4 An Order, which lead into the present, where it seems that after losing most of his names and escaping to Earth, Killjoy has turned into the one thing he despises most.
Can't forget Killjoy the movie.
You made a movie?
Hell yeah, we made a movie. We even made a sequel, although the guy who played me in part 2 was a little too Hollywood.
A movie critic, there is certainly no worse fate.
No, he's been turned mortal, and is making a very meagre living as the host of a failing television show with the rest of his posse, which of course includes Punchy and a much more talkative freak show.
Fuck off. Just telling it like it is.
Batty Boop is nowhere to be found though, because the two seem to have broken up again. But there's more to worry about here than Big K's on-again, off-again relationship, because the devil who tried to have Killjoy erased from existence in the last movie is now on trial himself for allowing Killjoy to escape. Let's hurry this trial along, shall we? We have a meeting with Marlon Brando in 5 minutes, something about an exploding planet. Beelzebub, however, offers the tribunal an alternative. They drop all charges against him if he can go to Earth and bring Killjoy back himself.
Killjoy's on Earth. You have no jurisdiction in that realm.
Grant me a ship. A massive spaceship.
Ah, that long-awaited sequel of Santa Claus versus the Martians we all asked for. Oh. This must be one of my friends trying to contact me via some ritual.
Alright, we gotta find a way to get Fedora back.
Give me
power, I beg of you.
Ah, what the hell? I figured if I did the Child's Play chant, everything would go back to normal, but I guess not. Looks like you're on your own, man.
One of the judges, who seems to have gotten a promotion since the last movie, gives Beelzebub a Pokeball to catch Killjoy with, and we then cut to the man himself as he hosts his Psycho Circus TV show, which is kinda like The Late Show if it was hosted by a pissed off Brendan O'Carroll. But if you think Killjoy has it bad, here's Sarah Lee from Ginger Dead Man, who's really trying to hide the pain after the health department rightfully tore her bakery a new asshole. Oh, she also played Luann, that Barbie girl from the Evil Bong series. And I'm reminded of that because the entire cast of that series suddenly appears in a sponsor video.
Full Moon really needs to do a massive cross-franchise movie already, a la Avengers. I mean, most of their best characters inhabit the same universe anyway. And it's going to be a hell of a lot better than whatever the hell Universal's doing right now. Yes?
Alice for loser, and I win.
Gosh darn it, Mr. Hat, you always win.
This is a special win for me.
It's 4, so what?
Look at the card.
Ow. Here's an idea, Brian. Stop dying during my cameos.
Meanwhile, in space, Beelzebub is on his way in his spaceship, which looks like it jumped off the cover of a death metal album, and is of course dressed like Dracula because somebody up there clearly fucking hates me. Nah, forget the High Father here's crazy revenge schemes. I want to see more Psycho Circus antics, like Killjoy interviewing that professor from the last movie who's playing a different professor for some reason.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was leaning on the remote. I think we just saw Donald Trump's interview on CNN.
Or how about Killjoy talking to Trent Haaga? You know, the actor that plays him?
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you didn't actually play Killjoy in the first Killjoy movie, did you?
No, that was Angel Vargas.
Ooh, sorry, I'm getting Jennifer Tilly flashbacks from this shit. But for reasons that baffle me, Killjoy is unhappy with his status quo, and has been making plans to leave Earth by having this Gacy-looking motherfucker here build him a spaceship. And yeah, I thought this was the same guy who played Skidmark from the last movie too, but no, they have him on standby just in case the Ginger Dead Man needs to, I don't know, introduce the Rocky Horror Picture Show, I guess. Okay, I guess we should focus on daft copyright infringement here's plan. Basically, he wants to draw Killjoy out into the open, and he does so by teleporting Batty Boop to him so they can talk about her womanly functions?
I'm ovulating. It means if we have sex, I could have a baby.
And in 9 months' time, I guess we'll see Jack Attack from Demonic Toys cameo.
And this conversation gets Killjoy and the boys in the mood to watch porn together. Well, that's what you get for taking movie suggestions from Lizzie Borden. But more importantly than movies about cleaning the drains, Beelzebub has arrived on Earth and blows up Paris. This of course gets Killjoy in the desired state of panic, so now B sends in some bounty hunters.
We don't need that scum.
Today's bounty hunter selection is brought to you by a Borderlands 2 mod pack. And yeah, each of these guys get their own introduction, despite never speaking a word of dialogue, and only being on screen for about 3 minutes tops. And of course, as in any suicide mission situation, it just wouldn't feel right without the final goodbye sex scene. Worry not though, our boy isn't alone in this fight, or escape. His loyal meat shields and fans of his show arrive to help.
And I'm right there with you, champ, although preferably behind all of the dying people. What?
Oh man, Fedora. Okay, look, I've been trying to get you out of hell, but
I tried some of these weird Mexican rituals that some of my relatives taught me, and I think I might have made a mistake. My Spanish isn't that good, and I think I might have summoned something else instead of you. Look, I'm sorry, I tried my best, but I don't think I'm qualified for this. I really hope someone else can help you out because, man, I'm shitting myself, and I think my hands are pretty much full.
Why do I associate myself with such amateurs?
But there is treachery afoot, as Killjoy's mechanic secretly kidnaps Batty and delivers her to Beelzebub, who threatens to kill her unless Killjoy comes to him. So the clowns blast off into space on their rocket, and whoa, jeez. Hey, did anyone else see that? Nah, it's probably nothing. One thing to note about Killjoy's ship, it has that Batty Boop fan art on it. You know, that one piece of Batty Boop fan art that seems to exist on the internet. Bottom line, there needs to be more sexy Batty Boop fan art out there, and I'm sure DeviantArt will get around to it when they can stop drawing Sonic the Hedgehog inflation porn for 2 seconds.
That was close, Captain. Shields up.
Well guys, you all asked for a new Star Trek series. Are you happy now? During the ensuing space battle, no matter what the clowns try, their weapons seem to have little to no effect on Beelzebub's ship, and that is due to sabotage caused by the mechanic. And after one particularly nasty blast, Freak Show is seemingly killed.
Well, clearly Commander Shepard here didn't do his loyalty mission before starting the final battle.
Nah, relax, he's fine, but this guy sure isn't.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
But then again, neither is their ship, which is now at Beelzebub's mercy. And then Killjoy, very surprisingly, offers to sacrifice himself in return for Batty and the remaining posse being allowed to leave.
Now, you're going to get your ass into this thing.
Let Batty go first. Stop it! Leave her alone!
You first.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, Batty manages to break free because, shut up. And what we expected would be a sexy catfight between her and this girl ends up turning into Dragon Ball Evolution. I'm not sure why. I'm guessing the obvious green screen limitations might have a little something to do with it. It might also explain why Killjoy and Beelzebub's battle is a little anticlimactic as well. And I'm fading away! Oh God, help me! After that, Killjoy magic mirrors off the ship, which is seconds away from, of course, exploding. But their rocket is drained of all its power and can't get away fast enough. But luckily, conjoined twin Ex Machina was on board, and our heroes escaped the blast in the nick of time. That's where you're going, asshole! And so, after finding their way out of the opening credits of Doctor Who, this movie comes to an end with them arriving at an alternate reality Earth. Our Earth. Which makes crossover plans a little difficult, I guess. But anyway, they make their plans to conquer this planet.
I'm motherfucking Killjoy!
And that was Killjoy's Psycho Circus. And as for you, my man, I really hope you pick up your game next time.
Oh, how it hurts me to say. But to me at least, this movie wasn't quite as good as the last 2 entries. I mean, don't get me wrong, as far as character interactions and the humor goes, it's still fucking brilliant. I mean, Killjoy is just as irritable and still a total badass. Batty was a sex bomb, and I even really loved Freak Show's new personality and how it worked off of Killjoy. Minus that last part though, Killjoy Goes to Hell had all of that, and so much more. Better direction, as in it had some. Better practical sets without the need of this noticeably bad green screen. Better fight scenes, better punchy makeup, and even a better romance subplot between Killjoy and Batty. I still really did enjoy this movie, but after waiting 4 years for it, I don't know, I can't help but feel like it should have been a little more than it was.
Hello?
The things I do for a fucking Fedora collab. Well, this isn't exactly the creepiest thing I've done. I mean, I've done things with lube.
Guess it's all over now. I'm so drained. Maybe I deserve to be here after all. Shades, listen, I'm sending you a message. It's a YouTube channel. I need you to get in contact with the person who owns it and tell them what has happened.
Do you have a plan?
I got a way out. Thank you for your hospitality, cop, but got things to do, so I gotta go.
And where the hell do you think you're going, mate? No, seriously, bruv, where the fuck do you think you're going? I asked you a question, and you gave me the wrong answer. So I will ask you again, Fedora. Where do you think you're going?
Yeah, I figured it was you. Came down to watch your handiwork, no doubt.
Why is it that you must continue to avoid to honor our agreement, Fedora? You owe me your soul for your life.
Very true, but there was something I forgot to mention when we did make the deal.
I am Diva, you miserable imp, mistress of the infernal court of musical hell.
Oh, who the hell is this?
It's Diva from Musical Hell. Yeah, she was on my show a little while ago on my Sweeney Todd review. You may or may not have seen it. And admittedly, I did trade her my soul for that cameo, so... Nice. Thanks a lot, darling.
We have a deal, right? I make a cameo on your show and in return I own your immortal soul. That means the deal this worthless human made with you is void. His soul belongs to me, and I would appreciate it if you would just return my property back where you found it. Thank you very much.
Do you know, Fedora, that is the worst, most bullshit contrived excuse I have heard since early Treehouse of Horror.
Hey, I've done worse, mate. You don't want to know what I did to get Bob's show on there.
Well, we could always bring the boss in to sort this out. I didn't think so. Take care now. Bye-bye.
All right, Fedora. For the time being.
Cheers, bro.
I will be back, Fedora. I cannot go away.
Yeah, mate. I know. It's real as well. It's over. Well, I guess that's about it for this season of Oh the Horror, so I'm Fedora. This is Oh the Horror.
Save a screen for me, and we'll see.
Well, let me tell you something, Fedora. It's a shame you came back so early, brother, because the Hulkster had a few things to discuss while you were gone. In fact, he was just about to come in and talk about the 1991 masterpiece, Suburban Commando, and its deep philosophical significances, brother.
No! No more stupid bullshit. Next season, it's going to be 100% fan-requested reviews. I've already chosen a whole bunch of suggestions made over the last couple of months, because I know that all of you, secretly, you don't want to see me suffer. You want me to smile and love the movies. Well, as I said, I'm Fedora, this is Oh the Horror, save a screen for me, and we'll see you next time.
Send in the clowns. Those daffy, laughy clowns. Send in those soulful and doleful schmaltz by the bowlful clowns. Send in the clowns.